Oh man, this Corona crap is giving me a lot to talk about. And I normally have a lot to talk about, but I hate the name Corona. I swear I'm gonna drink a pack of Corona. I probably won't. I don't know. After this is over. But the thing is, it's a little ridiculous. Like it's like extremely ridiculous. Now, the whole bailout, that's what they want to call it. The bailout's really for like businesses, but these are subsidies that they're preparing for the American people, and people all over the world are actually doing it. Like I have friends in uh, other countries, like in the UK and such, and they're basically on lockdown, but they're not like nobody seems to be stressed. They're just like, we just want to get out of quarantine, or you want to get out off of curfew, dad, big brother, and they're going through it. But for the most part, like everybody's doing the same thing. Like nobody's sick, nobody's dying. Old people are dying. People who happen to get in accidents are dying, but that's nothing new. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not sorry, but I apologize. I'm kind of yelling. Hey, listen, I've been stuck inside. It's almost a month, I think. I lost track of time. Regardless, I'm a little antsy, finicky. I don't know. Going a little crazy, maybe. But yeah, everything seems pretty normal. But they have us over here, American people, bugging out. So like, I digress. The American people are supposed to get some kind of subsidy, some kind of form of financial compensation for not having a job at the moment. Those who are not essential, and it's supposed to be $1,000 per adult per household, $500 per child per household. And I don't know if anybody listens. Like, I don't care what the news says. I go to the source, and I listen to Matthew Lesko. I don't know if you guys know who that is. Years ago, there used to be like infomercials that were on like late at night. When I was a kid, I used to watch Cartoon Network, and they would have the Matthew Lesko even before that, like Saturday mornings, stuff like that. And he'd be the guy in the question mark like suit, like the Riddler. It'd be green. Sometimes you have white ones. You have different color ones. I mean, zany, kooky old guy. I think he's Jewish, but I'm not sure. But I follow him and I follow his website and stuff like that. And he does a lot of things online. Does a lot of things here on YouTube. So he gives the information about grants that are being pushed, whatever grant it may be. You want to find information about grants? This is a shameless plug that I'm not being paid for, but Google Matthew Lesko and you'll find out a lot of information. Now, with that jewel dropped, Lesko said that the day before it was passed by Congress, um, he said that it's being pushed through, that it's okayed, and tomorrow it should be done, and now it's done. So everybody's waiting for the money. A lot of people don't even know how to do it. They're just hearing about it. Like I wasn't dependent on the money, even worried about the money. I'm thinking about money not being around or worth anything anyway. And then bam, it's supposed to happen. So it's like, okay, I could use that because I'm not working right now. Apparently, I'm not essential. But yeah. So that could work. It could help certain situations. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm not exactly sure if it's available yet. I have to check that out. I wasn't going to make this video, by the way. I just decided to do it because I've been making videos and doctoring a lot of stuff, and I just figured, hey, we talk about this thing because I mean, a lot of people need it. A lot of people have families. A lot of people aren't paying their bills. I haven't paid my legal fees. My phone bill is coming up, and of course, there's other things like rent, food, everything else. And I mean, you can't live. You can't live. Like I mean, it frustrates me. I got a buddy. He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. I'm gonna leave it like that. But he's on some form of he gets public assistance like food stamps and what's the other one? But he has like a disability, so he gets disability. But he's got his money the other day, and he was like on the phone like counting money. And it's like, dude, stop. It's like most of the time when I have money, like you're broke, like you always begging for change. But now you got him, yo, this and I gotta do, I gotta pay. You think this is enough? It's like, I don't care. Pay your bills. What the heck are you showing me for? But it's the crazy thing is, yeah, those people are still being helped out, and the people who normally work are like stuck. So I guess it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I kind of always, had that understanding that, you know, it's just like a Bronx tale. The working man's a sucker, and it's like, yeah, you got to work for yourself. You got to find a company that has that essential form of title. Yeah, you can Google that and look up what can be essential, and then hold that in place, and build a little decent empire for yourself. But as far as like working for people and everything, it kind of leaves you in a vulnerable state. Then you have to worry about someone giving you something. It's like we're running around like children. We're being put on curfews and we're being given an allowance, but daddy dropped the freaking light bulb and it shattered in a billion pieces in the kitchen. So don't walk in the kitchen, stay in the room, whatever. And this is what we're going through. We're in timeout and we need money. I, I mean, there's a lot of other things that we should like be doing. Like, I don't know if I'm paying my legal fees until after the whole thing is done. It's like I'm not giving you any money. It's like I people think the world is anything. Why would I give you money for legal fees when the world might end? I could use this for something like food, for one. But and then people are complaining. The governor leaves the freaking liquor stores open. It's like, dude, essential employee not over here. I'm just buying alcohol. I have money to throw away on this stuff. Okay, how about you give me some of those food stamps? Which I'm not really. I'm not, I'd rather not. But it's like, hey, I'm kind of screwed up. I can make hooch. Okay, I'll be drunk if I really want to. Be drunk. It takes a couple days, but I can make a decent supply and I can keep that up with minimal ingredients. But I think it's about three or four. But that's I'm not here to teach you about how to make hooch. I probably can make a video about that, but that's something else. But yeah, it's the ridiculousness. And now they closed down the cigarette places, the smoke shops, and now they reopened those smoke shops because these people need their nicotine and they're extra stressed now because of COVID. I sat in the parking lot earlier. It was this old guy. I mean, he was like somebody's grandfather, a little tiny, like frail looking dude, but he was dressed like a grandfather. He had a nice pickup truck, nice Ford F-250, and I mean, he was tiny. Climbed inside there. He came out of like the dollar store. So I'm sitting in the parking lot, and he comes out. He has the little, medical mask, like he came out of the surgeon's room somewhere, and he gets in the car and he sits around. And then you see him take it off as he's inside the car. A few minutes later, he goes about his business. I'm like, okay. Then I see a guy go inside of the store, no mask, whatever. Comes out, he looks at me, I look at him, gets in his car, and you see him like vigorously rubbing his hands together. I'm like, oh, he's putting on hand sanitizer. And it's like, I haven't done either. I'm not covering my face. This is not Saudi Arabia. And I wash my hands. I don't even really touch doorknobs in public. Like I'll use like one finger if need be. I've been doing this for years about doorknobs and handrails and stuff like that. And it's like people, I see people at work. I see people in other places just like go in the bathroom, come right out. And it's like, you, my friend, are getting a pound, and everyone here from now on is getting a pound with the left hand. And I'm showing you, get away from me. You I have no respect for you. Disgusting. Oh. But yeah, it's like, I mean, people wonder why they have to be told to wash their hands because you freaking nasty fucks are just running around doing stuff like that. And then you want to touch, stuff, people, faces, kiss babies, serve food. And I mean, you got to tell people who work and around food and stuff, wash your hands. The employees must wash their hands before they leave. It's like, common sense is not common, but like, idiots. One is born every day, man. Uh, uh. And what's the other one? Um, Ninjas die every day, B. Yeah, and they do. But not a ninja, but you know what I'm alluding to. But yeah, it is a cluster cluck. Yes, I curse like a sailor. Yes, when I feel the need, and sometimes I just do. But I try to keep it PG-13 here because who knows what underage person may be listening. But yeah, it's a little crazy. It's a little ridiculous, and you see, what was the thing that Al Pacino told Keanu Reeves and the Devil's Advocate? He was like, "Look, but don't touch. Touch, but don't taste. Taste, but don't swallow." While you're jumping from one leg to the other, you know what he's doing? He's starting laughing at you. That's what these people are doing. They're like, they're watching the news and they're seeing people while they're, sipping mimosas early in the morning, smoking a cigar on a boat, you know, traversing the freaking globe, and you're worried about social distancing and getting your allowance and being at home before curfew. That's some serious stuff to take in, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking crap. Maybe this isn't worth anything. But who knows? Who cares? Diesel out.